Imagine for a moment that everything you've been seeking, every answer, every solution, every bit of happiness is already within you. What if, instead of searching out there, you realize that the key to everything you've ever wanted lies within your own being? What if mastering your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors could lead you to the life you've always dreamed of? This is not a distant possibility. It's a reality waiting for you to claim it. You see, mastering yourself is not about becoming perfect or always having it all together. It's about understanding who you are at your core and using that understanding to navigate life in a way that feels true to you. It's about recognizing that the only person you truly have control over in this world is yourself. And that is powerful because once you learn to master yourself, you begin to master the life you live. Now, let's take a moment to consider what that means. Think about the times when you felt frustrated, when things weren't going your way, when you were disappointed in others or in yourself. In those moments, it's easy to feel powerless, as if the world is working. But what if the real power lies not in changing the world, but in changing how you respond to it? What if the greatest mastery is not over others, but over your own mind, your own reactions, your own choices? How much of your life have you spent trying to control things outside of yourself? Other people, situations, outcomes? And how often has that led to frustration, disappointment, or stress? Now, what if you redirected that energy inward? What if you focused on mastering your thoughts so that instead of reacting impulsively, you responded thoughtfully? What if you could shift your perspective in such a way that challenges became opportunities and obstacles became stepping stones? When you master yourself, you unlock the door to a life of purpose, fulfillment, and peace. You begin to see that your life is not determined by external circumstances, but by how you choose to engage with those circumstances. The thoughts you think, the words you speak, the actions you take, all of these are within your control. And they are the building blocks of the life you create. When was the last time you paused to reflect on your own thoughts? When was the last time you really examined the patterns that play out in your mind every day? These patterns are powerful, but they are not set in stone. You have the ability to change them, to master them, and in doing so, to change the very course. But where do you begin? You begin by becoming aware of your thoughts, your feelings, your reactions. By paying attention to what is happening within you, you start to gain a deeper understanding of yourself. And with that understanding comes the ability to make different choices. Choices that are in alignment with the life you want to live. Think about it. If you could master your thoughts, what kind of life could you create? If you could let go of the need to control everything outside of yourself, how much more peace could you find? The truth is, mastering yourself is the key to mastering your life. And it's a key that is within your reach, right here, right now. As we move forward, remember that self-mastery is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you truly are. It's about living a life that reflects your deepest values and highest aspirations. It's about finding the strength within to face whatever life throws at you with grace and confidence. And it's about realizing that the greatest journey you will ever take is the one within yourself. So I encourage you today to start looking within, to start asking yourself the deeper questions, and to start mastering the one person you were always meant to, yourself. Because when you do, you'll find that the life you've been searching for has been within your reach all along. Self-mastery. Sounds like a lofty idea, doesn't it? But what does it really mean? Let's break it down into something that feels real and practical, something that you can actually apply in your life starting right now. At its core, self-mastery is about having a deep understanding of yourself and using that understanding to guide your actions, your choices, and your life. It's about being in control of your thoughts and emotions rather than letting them control you. Imagine for a moment if every decision you made, every action you took, was aligned with the person you truly want to be. How different would your life look? Our lives are shaped by the thoughts we think and the emotions we feel. Every action we take is born from a thought, and those thoughts are often colored by our emotions. If you're feeling angry, your thoughts will likely reflect that anger, and your actions might be reactive, harsh, or impulsive. But if you're feeling calm and centered, your thoughts will be clearer and your actions more thoughtful. So the first step to self-mastery is understanding this relationship between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Your thoughts are the seeds from which your emotions grow, and your emotions fuel the actions you take. It's a cycle that can either work for you or against you, depending on how much awareness you bring to it. This is where self-awareness comes into play. You see, self-awareness is the foundation upon which self-mastery is built. Without self-awareness, we're like a ship without a rudder, tossed around by every wave of emotion, every storm of thought. But with self-awareness, we become the captain of our own ship. We begin to steer our lives with intention rather than being driven by the winds of circumstance. How often do you pause to reflect on your own mind? How often do you take a step back and observe the thoughts that are running through your head or the emotions that are bubbling up within you? If you're like most people, the answer might be not very often. We live in a world that encourages constant movement, constant distraction. But self-mastery requires us to slow down, to look within, and to become deeply acquainted with ourselves. When was the last time you asked yourself, why do I feel this way? Or what thoughts are driving my actions right now? These questions are the gateway to self-awareness, and self-awareness is the key that unlocks the door to self-mastery. Because once you understand what's happening inside of you, once you can identify the thoughts and emotions that are influencing your actions, you gain the power to choose differently. Now, let's talk about intentions. Living with intention is a crucial aspect of self-mastery. When you set clear intentions for your life, you create a roadmap for how you want to live. Your intentions become the guiding principles that shape your actions, your decisions, and ultimately, but what does it mean to live with intention? It means that instead of moving through life on autopilot, reacting to whatever comes your way, you make conscious choices about how you want to live. It means waking up each day and asking yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? And then setting the intention to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that vision. Let's say you set an intention to be more patient. Throughout the day, you'll find opportunities to practice that intention. When someone cuts you off in traffic, when a coworker frustrates you, or when you're stuck waiting in line. In those moments, you can choose to react as you always have, or you can remind yourself of your intention and respond in a way that reflects the patient person you aspire to be. This is where the power of self-mastery lies. By living with intention, you take control of your life in a profound way. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the creator of your reality. Your intentions shape your actions shape your habits, and your habits shape your life. It's a simple formula, but it requires commitment and practice. You might be thinking, that sounds great in theory. But how do I actually do this? The answer is simple, yet powerful. Start small and start with awareness. Begin by setting a small intention each day. It could be something like today, I will listen more and speak less, or today, I will choose kindness in all my interactions. As you practice these small intentions, you'll begin to build the muscle of self-mastery. And as you do, something remarkable will happen. You'll start to notice a shift in your life. You'll find that you're less reactive, more centered, and more in control of how you respond to the world around you. Your thoughts will become clearer, your emotions more balanced, and your actions more aligned with the person you truly want to be. This is the essence of self-mastery. It's not about controlling the world around you. It's about mastering the world within you. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, not by changing who you are, but by fully embracing who you are and guiding your life with intention and awareness. So I invite you today to take that first step. Start paying attention to your thoughts. Start observing your emotions. And start setting clear intentions for how you want to live your life. Remember, self-mastery is not something you achieve overnight. It's a practice, a commitment to yourself that you renew every day. But with each step you take, you'll find that you're not just mastering yourself, you're mastering your life. And in doing so, you'll unlock a level of fulfillment, peace, and purpose that you may have never imagined possible. As we talk about mastering yourself and in turn mastering your life, it's important to acknowledge that this path isn't always smooth. There are obstacles that each of us faces, obstacles that can make self-mastery feel like an uphill battle. But the good news is these obstacles aren't external forces beyond our control. They're within us. And because they're within us, we have the power to overcome them. Let's start by talking about some of the most common internal obstacles: fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. These are the invisible barriers that can keep us stuck, that can make us feel small, and that can prevent us from becoming the people we were meant. Fear is a powerful emotion. It's a natural response designed to protect us from danger. But often, fear goes beyond its original purpose. It shows up in our lives, not just when we're in real danger, but also when we're stepping outside our comfort zones, trying something new or daring to dream big. Fear whispers in our ears, telling us that we're not ready, that we're not good enough, that we'll fail if we try. And if we're not careful, we start to believe it. We start to let fear make our decisions for us, and in doing so, we give it power over our lives. But I want you to consider something. What does your life look like if fear had no power over you? What if, instead of letting fear hold you back, you saw it for what it truly is? A thought, a feeling, but not a fact. You see, fear can only control you if you let it. The first step to overcoming fear is recognizing it for what it is. When you feel fear creeping in, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this fear trying to protect me from real danger, or is it just trying to keep me in my comfort zone? More often than not, you'll find that fear is simply trying to keep you safe by keeping you small. One powerful strategy for overcoming fear is to reframe it. Instead of seeing fear as something negative, try viewing it as a sign that you're growing. If you're feeling fear, it means you're pushing your boundaries, stepping into new territory, and that's a good thing. Embrace that fear and use it as fuel to keep moving forward. And remember, you don't have to wait until the fear goes away to take action. Take action in spite of the fear, and you'll find that it loses its grip on you. Closely tied to fear is doubt and self-doubt. To be specific, self-doubt is that nagging voice inside your head that questions your abilities, that tells you you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes. It's the voice that convinces you to play small, to stay in the background, to avoid taking risks. But here's the truth. Self-doubt is just a thought. It's not reality. And like all thoughts, it can be challenged, changed, and ultimately mastered. When self-doubt shows up, I want you to ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? If it's hurting you, it's time to let it go. Start by questioning the validity of the doubt. Where is it coming from? What evidence do you have that it's true? Often, you'll find that self-doubt is based on old beliefs, outdated stories you've been telling yourself for years. Once you see that, you can begin to rewrite those stories. You can choose to believe in your potential rather than your limitations. And this brings us to limiting beliefs, those deeply ingrained thoughts that tell us what we can and cannot do, who we can and cannot be. Limiting beliefs are like invisible fences, keeping us confined to a small space when there's a whole world of possibilities just beyond our reach. These beliefs might tell you that you're too old to start something new, that you're not smart enough to achieve your goals, or that success is meant for others, not for you. How did these beliefs get there in the first place? Most likely, they were planted in your mind long ago by others or by experiences that made you doubt yourself. But just because a belief is old doesn't mean it's true. And it certainly doesn't mean it has to define your future. One of the most important steps you can take towards self-mastery is to identify and challenge your limiting beliefs. Start by paying attention to the thoughts that run through your mind, especially when you're faced with a challenge or an opportunity. Notice any thoughts that begin with, I can't or I'm not. These are clues to your limiting beliefs. Once you've identified these beliefs, ask yourself, is this belief serving me? If it's not, it's time to let it go. Replace it with a belief that empowers you, that reflects the truth of your potential, not the limits of your past. For example, if you've been telling yourself, I'm not good enough to succeed, try replacing that with, I have everything I need within me to succeed. It might feel strange at first, but over time, as you practice these new beliefs, they will begin to take root in your mind, and you'll start to see the world and yourself in a whole new light. Now let's talk about the power of letting go. We often carry around so much unnecessary baggage, past mistakes, old grudges, regrets, and attachments to things that no longer serve us. This baggage weighs us down, making it harder to move forward, to grow, and to become the person we're meant to be. Imagine trying to climb a mountain while carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each step is a struggle, and you're constantly thinking about the weight on your back rather than the path ahead. But what if you could let go of that backpack? What if you could release those rocks one by one and feel the weight lift off your shoulders? How much easier would the climb become? Letting go is a powerful act of self-mastery. It's about releasing the things that no longer serve you so that you can focus on the present moment and the possibilities it holds. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or ignoring the past. It means choosing not to let the past control your present. It means forgiving yourself for past mistakes, releasing grudges against others, and letting go of the need to be right, to be perfect, or to have everything figured out. What am I holding on to that I need to let go of? Maybe it's a past mistake that you keep replaying in your mind, or a grudge you've been holding against someone for years. Maybe it's an attachment to a specific outcome that's keeping you stuck. Whatever it is, know that you have the power to let it go. And when you do, you'll create space in your life for new possibilities, for growth, and for the person you're becoming. In this very moment, you have a choice. You can choose to hold on to fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs, or you can choose to let them go. You can choose to carry the weight of the past, or you can choose to release it and step into the freedom of the present. The choice is yours, and it's a choice that you can make every single day. So as we continue on this path of self-mastery, I encourage you to be gentle with yourself. Recognize the obstacles within you, but don't let them define you. Challenge your fears, question your doubts, and break free from the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. And above all, let go of the things that no longer serve you so that you can embrace the life that's waiting for you. A life filled with purpose, peace, and the knowledge that you have mastered the one thing that truly matters. It's important to recognize that mastery isn't a single achievement or a one-time event. It's a daily practice, a commitment you make to yourself each day to become more aligned with who you truly are. And one of the most powerful tools you have on this path is the habits you cultivate. Your habits shape your life more than any other factor. They're the small actions you take day in and day out, often without even thinking about them. But these small actions add up, and they determine the direction of your life. Let's talk about the role of daily habits in mastering yourself. Think about the habits you already have. Some might serve you well, while others might hold you back. The beauty of habits is that they can be changed, reshaped, and cultivated in ways that support you. When you commit to cultivating positive habits, you're essentially setting the stage for self. So, what kinds of habits promote self-discipline and help you stay aligned with your goals? One powerful habit is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without. Sounds simple, but it can have a profound impact on your life. When you're mindful, you're not lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. You're here now, fully engaged in whatever you're doing. This kind of presence allows you to respond to life rather than react to it. Imagine starting your day with a few minutes of mindfulness. Instead of rushing out of bed and immediately diving into the day's tasks, you take a moment to center yourself, you breathe deeply, focus on the present moment, and set a positive intention for the day ahead. This simple practice can change the entire tone of your day. It helps you approach life with calm and clarity rather than stress and haste. Another powerful habit is journaling. Journaling is a way to connect with your inner self, to explore your thoughts and emotions on paper. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just a few minutes each day to write down what's on your mind. This practice can help you gain insight into your thoughts, identify patterns, and clear mental clutter. It's a form of self-reflection that allows you to process your experiences and emotions, making it easier to navigate life with intention and purpose. And then there's the habit of setting daily intentions. An intention is like a guiding principle for your day. a statement of how you want to show up in the world. When you set an intention each morning, you give yourself a compass to navigate the day. It might be something as simple as, today I will practice patience, or today I will focus on what I can control and let go of what I cannot. Setting intentions helps you stay focused on what matters most, and it aligns your actions with your deeper values. Now let's dive deeper into the practice of mindful living. Being mindful isn't just something you do for a few minutes each day. It's a way of life. It's about bringing that same presence and awareness into everything you do, whether you're eating, working, talking with someone, or simply going for a walk. When you live mindfully, you're fully engaged in each moment, and that engagement brings a richness to your life that you might have been missing. Think about the last time you truly savored a meal, not just ate it, but really tasted it, noticed the flavors, the textures, the colors, or the last time you listened to someone with your full attention, not thinking about what you were going to say next, but really hearing them. These are examples of mindful living, and they're moments of true presence that connect you with the essence of life. Mindful living also means observing your thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. It's about noticing when you're feeling anxious, angry, or sad, and simply acknowledging those feelings without judgment. Instead of reacting automatically, mindfulness gives you a moment to pause, breathe, and choose your response. This practice can transform the way you handle challenges and stress. Instead of being at the mercy of your emotions, you become the master of them. Building emotional resilience is another key aspect of self-mastery. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to stay grounded and centered even when life throws you a curveball. It's about knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way because you've built the inner strength to do so. How do you build emotional resilience? One powerful way is by embracing challenges rather than avoiding them. Challenges are opportunities for growth, even if they don't always feel that way in the moment. When you face a challenge head-on, you learn something about yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your capacity to adapt and persevere. Each time you overcome a challenge, you become a little bit stronger, a little bit more resilient. Another way to build resilience is by viewing setbacks as opportunities for growth. Instead of seeing failure as something to be feared, see it as a teacher. What can you learn from this experience? How can it make you better, wiser, more capable? When you shift your perspective in this way, setbacks